Hello, it's Sally here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you, right, honestly, I've had an epic video fail. I've filmed this in parts because of how long it took me to do it. And the first two installments that I've been editing and trying to put together, I don't know what's the matter with them. I can't upload them and save them and join them. I don't know what's happened. I'm not that technically minded, so I don't know what's happened, but I can't do it, and I've spent hours on it already, so I've abandoned it. So I've got the latter parts of the video I think are okay. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they're okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recap really the last, like, I don't know, quite a long time. I think it was two nearly 20-minute videos that I can't get together. Anyway, this is what I'm going to be making. Now, what happened was I came on here first of all just saying that I didn't know what to sew. I'd kind of finished all of my projects and I'm kind of between projects, as you find yourself sometimes between projects. And I thought, well, what should I do? So rather than kind of stress too much about what I was going to do, I came on and I just grabbed these are kind of like my, I'm just going to turn it over so you can see how this is constructed. Can you see this fabric here? So that's what I started with, a base basically. So I went through, these are kind of like my scrappy bits of kind of calico, and this is curtain lining here. And just had a look to see what I've got, because this is what I like to start with, just some scrappy fabrics. And there's one this size anyway. So I thought I would start with that. I've got all different sizes of different things, but that's what I started with. So nice size. It gave me a lot of room to spread out. I like a lot of room to spread out, because I don't like, I suppose I don't like sewing tiny, if you like. I like my letters to be quite large, and because I find it easier to sew. So that's how I like to do it. So that's what I started with, this size. Then once I had my base, I took I've shown you this before, this is like my box of, it's called Scraps Plain, so it's kind of like all scrappy stuff that I've kind of cut up. And you see there, look, I've took the embroidery off that napkin. But if you've watched my videos before, you know how much I love my edges of my napkins. Nothing here goes to waste. In fact, although this is quite full, I was scratching through to try and find bits for this one and to put on. So, and I was thinking to myself, I need to start cutting up more, because I don't know about you, but sometimes when I've got a tablecloth or something like that, or a napkin, I do kind of, it's still in my mind, you know, save it, don't cut it up. But to do these kind of things, you do need to have bits cut up. So I do need to kind of get some more stuff, but I've got, I have got plenty of stuff like that there, although that's got sticky tape on it. I'll probably use it that way anyway. So I've got lots of these, and I put them together to make the edgings. Did the edging first. Okay, my iPad ran out of storage, so it cut off halfway. So I was saying about my edgings, did all my edgings, and then filled in the bits with plain pieces. This is an edging as well. You can see here that this one's an edging. Not, you don't have to put your edgings on the edge. You can go inside. This one here is another edging. Anyway, did that. Sewed it all down with little overcast stitches. At first, because I didn't know what my colour scheme was, I've gone pale blue, and I think there's a little of pink there, but although that adds a little bit of a highlight, it's not too intrusive that it in any way detracts from the citrusy colours that I actually used in this this project. So the next video, hopefully everything is going to go okay now. The next video after this, you'll see me I've stitched down the base, and then I start to think about what I want to put on it. And there should be some photos as well, all going well. If you don't see the photos of my progress, that's because I couldn't get them on. I don't know what's going on with this video. It seems jinxed to me at the moment, but hopefully it'll go okay. So I'll leave you that there, because that's what I'm going to be making, and then we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to add everything on, so hopefully, fingers crossed. Hello. Different camera angle. I'm just trying different ways of shooting the film, just so that you can probably see a little bit more of more of my space really. You'll have to let me know if you prefer it like this, or do you prefer it just full on. You'll have to let me know, and you can probably see a bit of me. I'm not sure. Hi, if you can see me. Anyway, I have now completed the base fabric of this, I tacked it all down, just using an invisible stitch all the way over. And then what I did was, with all the raw edges, because there were lots of raw, can't get the words out, raw edges, I've just gone over with, what I used was a very pale blue and a pale pink pearl cotton, quite thin ones. I think it says number 12 on these are Anchor. And just they're really not really invasive at all, but it just adds a little bit of a subtle colour. So we're just starting to build up that colour now. It's still quite plain, so I'm thinking before I start with my design, which I haven't really 100% decided on yet, so I'm still probably killing for time, but I have got I've got a couple of these are like old scraps of kind of like old fabrics, which I like to pick into and just to add a bit of something on here. So what I'm going to do is just go through and also have a look at the backs, because the backs are sometimes a lot better than the fronts for this kind of thing, because it's still a background that I'm going to be using. I'm still building on my background, so just picking out some fabrics here that I quite like the look of, and I'm turning them over because most of them I'm going to be using upside down, all the backs of them. Okay, now this is lovely fabric here, but it's too much for the background. I think it's too much for the background anyway on that one. That's quite a nice one. That's kind of got that's been bleached at some point in its life, but excuse me, that would be quite nice. It's nice. I love that stripe, but I think that would down that. Oh look, and we've got that as well. Right, okay. Just have a quick rummage just to see if there's any more. There are all quilt pieces there. Let me just have a quick look in this one here. I don't want to go too bright. Possibly. I don't want a little bit of patchwork. That would be quite nice. If I could find a bit. Leave that one out for a moment. That's a bit of toile, is it? Yeah. No. Right, nothing else is kind of jumping out at me that I can see. Anything that side? No, not that either. Let's pop those down there for the minute. Right, I think I've got enough here actually. I'm going to leave that patchwork. I don't think I want any of the patchwork. That's too dark. So let's see what we've got here. So I do like this. Scissors, and I'll have a piece of this. Piece of that. That's a possibility. I'm just going to leave that there. That's a possibility. I'm just going to take a piece of this. I'm going to flip that over as well. And I like this as well. That size there. Not trying to be too accurate. I can always trim them down a little bit more if I need to. Just thinking about that like that. Yeah, I like that as a smaller piece. Because it's got sewing on this and it's got sewing going through the middle of it, I'm just going to snip that because I don't think it will tear. Keep that for another day, like that. Okay, that needs turning over. That one I'm going to say no to. That, I love that. It's just a little piece of a scrappy bit. So never throw your scrappy bits away because they always add a little bit of interest. Always use them. Okay, I'm just going to take just to break up that white maybe. Right, so we've got some pieces there. Let's just see. Let's move this out of the pieces. Might be too big. That's too big as well. I'm going to take a smaller snippet of that. I'm going to cut it because I'm not sure how it's going to rip. Just I'll say no to this one. That's not. I like this, but it's too big. It's kind of a little bit wonky. That was an accident, but I like it like that, so that's going to stay like that. I think that's it. I think we've decided. Right, I'm just going to grab my pins. Oh, I've got this one here. I'm not sure. I'm just going to take some of the darker off. This is too neat, this head, so I'm just going to kind of, that kind of naturally makes a scraggy end. I don't like this end here. Do the same here. I don't have any control over where it's ripping, but it's just ripping. There, I like that much better now. So let's pop those on. As I say, I'm killing for time because I haven't got a design yet. So I spent half an hour looking through some inspiration boards on Pinterest, but couldn't find anything. So nothing is inspiring me at the moment, which is a worry. That's not good. So right, so that's that. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these threads here and just go around, and this is just an over stitch, just going over it, over these sides. So I'll be doing that in a minute. I'll probably do it off camera. You don't want to see me do that. Now what I have got is this book here. Well, it's not. It's a collection of vintage. What are they called? Transfers. They're called transfers. Keep forgetting about these. I could put one of those on, couldn't I? My signature. Put one of those on. Right, so I'm looking for inspiration here. So there, that's Winterberries. It's called Stitch. Birds. I'm looking really for a full picture if I can. Like a vase of flowers, that would be nice, wouldn't it? To pick up a vase of flowers, basket of flowers. They're too small, but that would be a sweet design if it was a smaller piece. But I need something to kind of balance off the size of the piece. What's that? That's something Chinesey. A bowl of nasturtiums. Oh, hang on. We've got a basket here. A basket of daisies. It's from 1933. That one's 1932. I like the nasturtiums, I think. Let's just see if there's anything else. But I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm not... I might do, because they're kind of like yellows and oranges, aren't they? Are we going to go yellows and oranges with this? Possibly. Possibly, okay. I think that's it. These are all just like more modern stuff. Like 1970s, I don't want those. Okay, yeah, what's that? Oh, what's this? Oh, look at this. Oh, no, there's this one. Okay. Like an auricular. Is it called an auricular? Auricular, I think it's called. That looks like autumn with the. That's nice. I like that actually with the acorns. Not for this piece, but. Look at this one. I think this is autumny as well. It's got some like wheat. Oh, you know at the beginning of this video when I showed that long piece of fabric? That would be good for that, wouldn't it? Right. Well, I'm going to put that at the front to remind me that I had an idea about that. So I think that would be good for the that long piece of fabric. Put that there. That gives me. Right, I'm going to go with the nasturtiums. Let me just pop those out of the way. So once I've sewn on, I'm going to leave that just for now because it'll probably go in that corner. Maybe. Oh, it could go there, couldn't it? That would look nice. Yeah, I think that's locked in. I love these because they're I don't know whether you can see or not, they're kind of like they've got little rust marks on them and everything, so they're all really old but they're so sweet. And I was lucky enough to find, well, I bought one card's worth, and then the same seller a few months later had another card to sell, so I thought I've got to have that if it's got an S on it. So yeah, that's going to go in that little corner. I think that's perfectly made for that, isn't it? So that's going to be locked in there and I'm going to sew that on. So I'm going to go away, sew on these pieces of fabric, and then I will show you how it's actually going to go that way, isn't it? So what I need to do is place this. I don't want to be centre. I don't want to be there because that's not going to be great to sew on, is it? So can you see this here? This line here, I could use that as, say, a table for your surface the vase is going to go on. Like that. So bearing that in mind, do I want that there? No, I don't. It's a good job I did this first, isn't it? So no, I don't want that there. It could go there though, because no, that's a blank space there. So I'm going to pop that there. Still like it there, it's fine. But I just don't want it here, just because that's going to go there. I may just move these, just because I don't want them. A, I don't want to be embroidering over too much chunky fabric. And B, I don't think it would look right. So that's going there. So again there. That will be fine. That's fine. I will have lace to sew over, but I'm not going to be filling these in. I don't think. That's not my intention. So that would look great there. And then I've still got room here to do something. Yeah, I'm liking this now. So it's already starting to come together. So I will see you in a little while once I've sewn these on. Right, so I have now sewn on my little patches. The only one thing that I had to do, I had like a black and white one down here. I've moved that from here and I found this little bit of patchwork, so I've put that one in instead. I've put it that way because, why did I put it that way? Just because I thought it would be nice to kind of balance the table, kind of like the image of the table, which is kind of like this base here. I just thought that would be nice to kind of hint at maybe a tablecloth or something like that. And also it was clashing with this little label here, so I didn't want that upsetting. So this, that way actually, this is going to be my transfer. just realised it's probably going to go over. I can just see that label. I'm not filling in the flowers, so it shouldn't matter too much, but unless I can move it over a touch, probably not. No, it's going to go, but it doesn't matter. Right, so this is my transfer that I'm going to use. It's an old vintage one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip that off because I don't want any of that transferring onto my piece. And fingers crossed, because this is an old one, so hopefully it will. I've not had any problems with any other. Just thinking if I could take that off and pop it up here. This one. I'm going to take this. I don't know, I'm using those scissors because they're not fabric scissors. Yeah, I'm going to take that flower off and I'm going to pop it up here. And I won't have. I don't have an issue with that label. I'm just going to try and get, there's a tiny little stem there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So if I take that off, so that will go there. I've got that little edge like that. Not there because it's got, I can see this label here as well. Did it go over? It went over like that. There we go. So it's like that. And then this one, I can pop there instead. There. I'll do that afterwards. I'm just going to do this one first. I'm just going to fold that. Just double check that that's right. And I've got my iron on. I've got it on quite low. This dropped flower here is not sitting right either, so I'm just going to take that off and pop that somewhere. That will go somewhere else. With this side down here, the petal, sorry, drop petal. Right, so what I could do is I could take this off as well. Oh, can you see the ink coming off? It's kind of like flaking off. Just thinking, should I take that off? Those little lines. I think I will. So I'm going to do this and just take this off as well. There, that's much better. Right, okay, so let's see, fingers crossed. Let's see how we get on. So this is just a cool iron, it's on silk. I can always turn it up if I need to. Yeah, I mean, it may not even work. I'm going to just turn it up a tiny bit. It may not even work. If it doesn't even work, then I will have to look at a different vase of flowers or, oh, hang on, I think it is. Just be patient. Take the steam off. Yes, it's transferring now. You see, it's not brilliant. I may have issues with it. See in another place. It's not brilliant. That's the problem with these vintage ones. When did I say this one was? Was this from 1932, is it? Or 1934 this is, September 1934. So, is that 90, 100, no, 90, oh wow, my brain has disappeared. It's 90 something, no, oh my days. Is it? I can't think, sorry, it's 90 something years old. It's not, it's more, isn't it? No, it's not. I'm making myself look stupid now. Really sorry. Right, let's have a quick look. Not quite. Let's keep going. Let's just check a few more. There's nothing there at all come through. Let's turn it up a little bit more just to see. I'm on cotton. Yep, it's doing it. So it's just being patient, really. I think that's the key. I'm having one of those days. I should have put down my ironing mat, shouldn't I? That's what I should have done. Deary, deary me. I'm having one of those days. I don't think I've ruined my mat underneath. Hopefully. There we go. So I'm going to use that for reference because there are still faint bits I can't really see, but if I use that for reference then that's fine. I'm just going to pop my iron off. There we go. That's that done. Put that over there. Okay. Okay, so what I have done, you know I had the pink and the blue. Ooh! Okay. Something just clicked into place on my stand. I'm just going to check that you can still... I don't know what happened there, sorry. Right, instead of the pink and the blue for these little patches, I have started to dig out some colours that are reminding me of nasturtiums. So these are kind of like the colours that I've already started to use. I'm going to also grab some more oranges out of here. So I'm going to go, just notice that one there, that's quite a deep orange. It's quite a nice orange. You can go all orangey and yellows. I've got some different colours, different shades, several different shades. That's quite a nice bright one, isn't it? What's that one like? Yeah. I mean, even into the reddish orangey colour nasturtiums go, don't they? And I think that will do for now. Always come back, but I might even go into the greens as well. I've got a limey green there, so I might, for the leaves, might just go. I'm going to keep it limey, but I'm going to go into. Let me just grab my greens. I haven't got many greens in here. I could do with sorting these out really, but that one. I think we'll start with the oranges and yellows first, and then I can sort the greens out. I'll have to have a look in another box for my greens. It's kind of like those kind of nice bright greens, which is kind of like playing on the colours of these here, which I thought was ideal. This bit as well. So I am going to grab my chair, and then all I'm going to do is just start going round the. Should we start with a dark one? And I'm just going to use. I'm going to use 2 threads. How many have I got there? I've got 2 there already. I think 2 will be enough. Oh, I didn't put the other flowers on, did I? Never mind, I can do that later. To be honest, I think that looks quite balanced actually. It would look nice if we had maybe another one. I don't know. I'm not disliking that. I might keep it like that. Right, so I'm going to go into the centre and I'm going to do this big one first here. So all I'm going to do is start on one of the petals, and all I'm going to do is a back stitch. And I'm just going to be following the lines around. I can always refer to, if there aren't any lines, if they haven't transferred very well, then I can always refer to my drawing. And that's all I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm probably going to do a series of photos to follow this video so that you can see my progress, because all I'm going to be doing is this, so it's not worth keep coming on here and filming. So you can see a series of photos in the different stages of progress now, and then I may pop on at the end just to show you the finished product. So I'll leave it there for now and I'll see you later. Hello, I am back with my finished piece. It's all done now, and I have, since I last spoke to you, I've done some photos that you should have seen just now, showing my progress, but I've also done a sun. I'm not sure whether that's been photographed or not. I can't remember what I've photographed now, because this has taken me about a week I think to do, so I've been doing bits in between other things. So I've got my butterfly there that's kind of made out of a little piece of tape and some hexes, a little bit of lacy kind of trim, and a Suffolk puff. What else have I done? I've put a couple of little daisies. That was a little bit. There was a couple of bare patches, so that's had a couple of daisies put on, and kind of like the square of the doily or whatever this was has it looks like a plant pot, so I've got that. This was a bit of a blank space as well that I didn't have anything to put in, so this has now got a little doily on there, a hexie for the sun, and then just little bits of scrap. These are just scrap fabrics that I thought would be nice for the sun's rays, and kind of like the colours that I've used. I'm really loving these colours that I've used. What else did I do? I put the little monogram up there with the S, and I've also typed out Dotty B 2025 and pop that on there as the signature. A few little mother of pearl buttons. What else did I do? Did I tell you about the verse? I can't remember whether I told you about the verse. So the verse is, my heart beats like that of a butterfly's wing, light on the breeze, dappled sunlight on a velvet petal. I have my perfect day. You might have heard it before because I think I've used it a couple of times. Once I get something into my head, I usually can use it a few times. This here, now I started to do the nasturtiums and I started to fill them all in as well, and it was looking really heavy, and it wasn't how I wanted it to look at all. So I unpicked it. I did that one and that one, and I didn't like it, so I unpicked them. You can still see a little bit where the sewing is, but I think in time that'll kind of all meld together. And I thought, no, I'm just going to leave it like that. So I love how I've still got the transfer of the vase, and inside the flowers you can still see the transfer as well. So I'm loving that. So that's it. I'm done. I did some crosses, little X's here, crosses here. You can't really see, but there's some running stitch down here in yellow, some little crosses here, some little crosses up here, just to fill in a few blank spaces. That was all. I just kept standing back from it to see how it balanced. And that's I've done that again, and I'm liking how it's balanced now. So I'm going to stop there and call it finished. So that's it. So that's, you know, I think I've gone from the start of this video where I said I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm just going to sew, and sometimes that's all you need to do. You don't need to actually have a plan as such. You can kind of just gather bits and pieces that you've already got around the place, and they give you inspiration as well. Like you know, I'd done the background and then I found the transfer for that, got that on, thought I was going to do some heavier stitching, didn't in the end, and I love how that's turned out. A little bit of a verse, and then because it was saying butterfly, that's why I put the butterfly there, and also the sunlight, so that's why I've put the sunlight up there. So it kind of all gels, I think. I think it does anyway. So that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. And thank you for all your likes and your subscribes and your comments. I love seeing what your comments are. Oh, let me know about the angle as well. Do you prefer it like this, where you can see the whole thing and a bit more? I don't think I've got it set up the same as what I had it before, but I couldn't quite remember how I did it before. But I will keep trying. Just let me know what you think. And thanks so much for watching. So I do appreciate it. Thank you. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.